There it is. I have no idea at all if any of you can see any of this. I do not know. But what I can see, at least in what I have going on here, that the old chat box is not working the way I would like it to work. And that's probably on me. That's what I want. That's not what I got. That is not what I want. Good morning, everybody. It's the Supplemental. I have no idea if any of you can hear anything. That's the kind of day I'm having. But it seems to be the kind of day I'm having every Sunday. You can't see what's going on there, but I can promise you I am not enjoying it. Please bear with me. With only seconds to go, it seems like everything stopped working. That's what I'm dealing with. Again, what I would normally do at the 10 hours and 28 minutes, right at about 10:28, 2-minute warning, what I would normally do is I would shut down the placeholder. Then I would use the miracle of the internet to bring back up a new supplemental so that in editing, I don't have to deal with the 30 minutes that I was letting you know, hey, I'll be there soon. I don't have to deal with that. It was easier for me. But anytime I try to do things the easy way, the internet likes to remind me that nothing is easy. And the current challenge I'm working on, just bear with me if you will, the current challenge I'm working on is getting the chat window to work. So in order for the chat window to work, it has to be able to see, and it wasn't seeing. All right. Yes, these are things, but as usual. Oh. Ha 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 ha. All right. Ha ha. Yes, these are things, and but now I have to shut myself up because. Ha ha ha. All right, now let's try to capture the correct window. We're gonna do it. This one. Okay. And it's out of whack. I can see that it's out of whack. I'm going to share with you how out of whack it is because I have to adjust that. Obviously, that's not going to work for us, right? So I'm going to drag. I'm going to drop. Drop. And with just a little bit of tweaking, I think we've got it there. Look at that. So that's awesome. What is not awesome is there's 30 minutes of nothingness before we get to this stage. So yeah, I'm going to have to delete that and bring it back up, which means your comments, well, non ti preoccupare. Don't worry about it. Don't give it a thought. Don't you even worry about it, you beautiful thing, you. It is Sunday. It's the Supplemental. It's the Lunsby Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. It is game day, baby. And we are closer than ever. The Buffalo Bills, in case you can't figure it out from the hat or from the shirt or from me always talking about Buffalo, the Buffalo Bills are in a playoff game tonight. I can't wait for it. I'm so excited. I'm stoked. I'm happy. But I still have obligations. I still have to come down here. I got to do the supplemental, 15 minutes of educating you on a Sunday morning. And then I have to go listen to Johnny Millwater at 11 o'clock. My friend Johnny Millwater, he's got a little show called Johnny Millwater's Happy Place. and it's quite educational. I learn things by watching this man's show. I recommend it. You can find him on Facebook just by searching Johnny Millwater, and he goes live at 11. He does like 30-minute of vocal exercises. Not true, and also not effective. He does do a few minutes of vocal exercises, and last week I was just watching him trip over his tongue, continuously tripping over his tongue. It happens. It happens when you're in the vocal game. Sometimes the tongue gets in the way. Mine likes to get in the way of my teeth. Mine likes to bite me. Yes. Curious. All right, let's see. Yeah. All right. If you were to make a comment there, I believe I would see it here, and I just kind of tricked myself for just a tiny little second, but no, we're good to go. What is the supplemental, T-Bone? You ask, T-Bone. That's me. I'm the T-Bone. She's the one who can figure out mirror effects better than I can. She's Chick Brew. Chick Brew does not join me on these. Chick Brew lives in Spain. Spain is in a different time zone. She's usually at work. So I do these on Sunday morning to have a little fun, to work on my OBS skills, and to educate the audience, if you will. So other than saying, let's go Buffalo, there are some things I want to tell you about. It's some crazy weather out there lately. Some crazy weather. Look, if you don't know how to drive in ice and snow, I don't recommend it. Don't do it. Not good. Don't do it. Seriously, relax, chill, stay at home, light the fireplace, pet the dog. It's a good life. Don't risk it if you don't need to. Horrible wreck here in Pennsylvania over the last couple of days. Several members of one family all taken out. Minor accident, completely survivable. They get out of the vehicle in really not good conditions. A vehicle following them pulls off to the side. They get out of the vehicle in really awful conditions. And then tractor trailer driver, he can't react. He can't react in time, and he takes them out. The whole family. So stay in your vehicle. That's your winter safety tip. Stay in your vehicle if you can. But, be mindful that the people behind you, when you see these giant car crashes, 50, 60, 100 cars involved, there are always going to be some that are fully engulfed. And at any moment, if you think you're going to get trapped or you're in a fire, then by means, you have to make that decision. You have to escape. You have to be prepared to escape. Think about that. Your windows probably aren't going to survive. Getting out of your windows is one way of doing it. But if you're a large person pointing the finger right here, and you get into a minor accident, but you can't get out of the lanes of travel, the chances of you getting trapped inside that vehicle are large. So fat boy, I get out of the car. I have to get out of the car because that's the only way I'm going to survive. If I get trapped in that car, there's no way they're going to get me out. They can't cut me out faster than the fire can kill me. So I got to get out. And I got to get out of the way, off to the shoulder, out to the side. Maybe, if I'm lucky, someone will give me shelter in their vehicle or tractor trailer rig or whatever. But number one, if you're driving in these conditions, you better be prepared. You better be dressed for these conditions. You better be prepared to walk. At the very least, you should be prepared to walk, okay? Dress warm when driving in ice and snow. I don't know why I felt compelled to give everyone a winter safety driving tip, but I'm not taking it back, okay? It's good information. You can use it. If you're driving in the cold and snow, only drive if you have to. If you're going to drive, make sure you're dressed for it. And if you get into a collision, you should stay in your vehicle unless there are variables that require you to get out of your vehicle. That's what I'm telling you. That's your supplemental tip of the day. And I'm not playing a commercial or anything. Just give me a second to get a little lemon juice in my throat. In my thrizzote. here we go on to our national days of the week. The 21st of January, as this is being lived, so you know what today is. The 21st of January, not really good when it comes for national days of the week. Kind of boring. So out of the available options that I had, I chose Squirrel Appreciation Day. National Squirrel Appreciation Day. I don't know what squirrels do. I don't know what benefit they provide society. I don't know. They're cute. They're cute rodents with a big fluffy tail. I've never killed one. I've never eaten one, and I don't know what they're for. But I guess I appreciate them. It's Squirrel Appreciation Day. On the 22nd, there were more really heavy options to choose from. The sanctity of life, the celebration of life. But no, not today. Today, we're going to go with Blonde Brownie Day. National Blonde Brownie Day, and don't you forget it. On the 23rd, there's no better day to run a hash than on Pie Day. It is National Pie Appreciation Day. Now, you could think that's 3.1428565. You could think it's that pie, if that floats your boat. Or you could think it's the other pie, if that floats your boat. Or you could think it's pie, like tasty, delicious pie. There may be more food coming up, so I don't want to get too excited about that. On the 24th, it's National Compliment Day. We probably don't do that enough. We don't compliment the people around us enough. We should. It's a nice thing to do. Doesn't cost you anything. Just give someone a compliment. Random stranger compliment day are all, a lot of not words that are not attached to this. It's National Compliment Day on the 24th. Give a stranger a compliment. Make their day. It's amazing what a little compliment can do for some people. Like the guy who's getting ready to shoot up the next Walmart. Hey, good morning. Nice hat. He said, nice hat. I'm not going to kill a bunch of people today. That could happen. It could happen. Speaking of things that could happen, it's National Opposite Day. And the thing is, if people aren't paying attention to this show and if they're not listening and they're not following along with the Nationals, oh my goodness. The producer, she sends me messages, none of them about me. On National Opposite Day, that one's usually dangerous. Because if you try doing the opposite and other people don't know you're doing the opposite, somebody is going to end up in the hospital. Be careful on the 25th, National Opposite Day. The 26th is National Spouses Day, or as I call it, every day. True. You should celebrate your spouse every day. That goes both ways, ladies and gentlemen, men's and girls, boys and girls, men's and ladies and dames. I don't know. It goes both ways. Every day you should appreciate your spouse. You should love them. You should tell them you love them. If you are a pet owner and you tell your pet that you love them more than you love your spouse, think about it. Think about it. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. So start counting the amount of times that you say, I love you to your dog. And then count the number of times you say, I love you to your spouse. And if they're not equal or greater than, make the adjustment. Fix that. It's easy. It's an easy fix. I told Zeus I love him 10 times today. I got to go downstairs and tell the wife I love her 9 more times. Now, we may tell dogs we love them more because we don't think they understand, but they understand, okay? And your spouse who's sitting there listening to you tell your dog that you love them over and over and over, they don't understand. Words to guide you, the more you know. Finally, next Saturday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7 days out. Holocaust Remembrance Day. So you got that heavy stuff. Or, I mean, you could think about that. You can remember, you could do your remembrance, or you could celebrate National Chocolate Cake Day. National Chocolate Cake Day. I just ate some chocolate cake recently that was made by my mother over the holidays. I got to tell you, ooh-wee, that was good. I got a hot spot there. Where's that coming from? I see it. It looks like my face is see through. Let me bring that one down just a little bit. All righty then. That was your national days of the week. Next, we go into your little trivia. A little trivia. I got to get through it. I see the time right now. We try to keep these to about 15 minutes. They're just fun, informational, and a precursor of what will be recorded later today when me and Chick Brew get together using the international phone service. We record new episodes usually every Sunday. I do a supplemental every morning on the Sundays. So check us out there, The Lunsby Show. You can search for us using the hashtag LUNSB. Love you! Now say bye. All right, here we go with the Week in History exam, questionnaire, trivia, if you will. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to delay, give you time to answer, and then and then and then I will actually give you the answer. All right, we got a comment over there. Hadn't seen. Yes, of course. Yes. No comments here where I'm doing the hard work, but comments on the pictures of other things I shared. Anyway, let's go Buffalo. All right. It's 1994. There's a big earthquake. It's in the United States. It costs billions of dollars in damage. Does anybody want to guess where that took place? Anyone? I'll give you a second to think about it, and I'll give you time because there's a delay. So, having no response from you and realizing I'll need to cut that pause out in post, that was Los Angeles. That was the big old Los Angeles earthquake of 1994. In 1975, Barry Manilow had his first number one hit. Does anybody know the song name? If you answer these out loud to yourself later in the accompaniment of family and friends, good for you. Good for you. You still get credit, even though it doesn't make it into the comments. You get credit. The song, Mandy. In 1977, President Gerald Ford, the only president not to be elected. Think about that. The only president never elected. He was also the only president that was adopted. Think about those things. Anyway, in 1977, President Gerald Ford pardons this person. Now, he pardoned a lot of people. I'll tell you, this person was a World War II personality. In World War II, this person was a personality. Think about that. And in 1977, this person is pardoned by President Gerald Ford. The answer, that witch Tokyo Rose. I don't believe she deserved a pardon, but she sold the story that she did all the Tokyo Rose stuff just to stay alive. Yeah. No, you didn't. You bad word. In 1981, this country took Americans hostage and held them for 444 days. What country was that? What country could have done that? If you answered Iran, you were correct. In 1976, the first plane to introduce supersonic transportation to us normies, us regular old little nobodies, was had its first flight. Do you know what the name of the plane was? That was the first international supersonic transport. I'm pausing. Yeah, I'm sure most of you got that. That was the Concorde. Or those of you who were alive during those time frames. I got to find out where that heat's coming from. Oh, I also have to remember that I'm backwards. Sorry, it just looks like a giant batch of acne that's see-through and greenish. Yeah, don't like it. I got new lights coming. I make the investment. Here we go. Moving on. In 1984, the Apple Corporation produced a commercial, also named 1984, and released it during what event? Of course, it was the Super Bowl. Of course. I mean, if you're going to release a commercial, what else are you going to? Oh. This big company's got a new commercial, and they're going to release it during the 12 Days of Christmas Hallmark inaugural special. That's not happening. Finally, in 1997, the first female Secretary of State was appointed. Do you know who she was? Do you know her name? Do you know that her security detail hated her? If you answered Madeleine Albright, you were correct. There it is. That is a whole supplemental. That is 30 minutes of waiting for it to start, a bunch of technical difficulties, some random PSA, national days of the week, and a little bitty trivia contest on American history. That's what you get in about 15 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you were a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Chick Brew sends her love. For the Luns V Show, I'm T-Bone. Go Buffalo.